I think what makes us different as a community radio station is that we're able to really key in and focus in into things like language, things like diversity, things like what's happening in the township. I liked what somebody said earlier on about the township economy and how that's a buzzword lately. But 5 years ago, 2 years ago, I think even before lockdown, that was not the case. But people are finally waking up and realizing that that's where the money is also coming from. You know, and this is the reason why we're here today, to say to the media buyers, to say to the advertisers, to say to the investors that we are the people that are essentially buying your products.
How are you bringing in the marketing conversation right at the beginning when you're going, here are the trends around content, personalized content, so we know more people are going to be buying, fine, let's do like a show around that. But how do we then start selling those content platforms to really, really, really be directed and get audience into it, right? And then from a revenue perspective, again, e-commerce, right? Where are the QR codes? Are you building those QR codes in when you're developing your shop, right? Where's the other second screen engagement that's actually more revenue driven, you know? And I'm thinking to myself the other day, why wouldn't like a Mr. Delivery or Uber Eats be a lot more engaged on, you know, whether it's streaming services or, you know, you're watching a show, oh my goodness, order a pizza. Or you're watching a show, someone's eating something, do you like what they're eating? Scan the QR code, immediately, you know, delivering. So I think it's really just that sort of ecosystem and of strategy and understanding audiences and understanding how brands could live in those environments. And I don't think those conversations are happening enough.
There's a radio station I listen so I can hear how the Americans think from the conservative side, but they would, for their power sports or live reads where the broadcaster's reading out a live read, the broadcaster has a QR code, not a QR code, they've got a code they give. So, you know, at the end of the live read and say, use this code to get a discount. Why do we not see that much level of engagement across platforms in South Africa? Why is it still one screen, one platform, you know, so, you know, it's always, it's not integrated. It doesn't come together.
And so essentially by using multiple types of distribution, leveraging the reach of the social media platforms in partnership with other sort of more passionate, more community, more connected based platforms, you are sort of getting the best of both worlds and then creating a community that has less sort of single blockages to stop things moving forward.
Maybe 2 years from now, as opposed to having a DSTV with lots of linear channels, you're now going to have an app with all of these linear channels that are now streaming services. So the way you interact with it is just going to change. Look, linear is expensive to run. So and advertising being what it is, I think it's hard with the viewership to keep linear channels going, but it's so much cheaper to have a streaming option going. So I think in the future you're going to have one app where all of your streaming services are sitting. So now you can have a sushi channel, you know, and because you're reaching international audiences, it will make sense to have a sushi channel that just has 200,000 views. That's enough for them to be able to sell advertising on it.